The iPad is more like a laptop than ever before. For the iPad Pro and newest iPad Air, Apple sells a breathtaking and breathtakingly expensive Magic Keyboard case that includes a trackpad. If you think you've heard that name before, you have. It's the same name Apple uses for its standalone Bluetooth keyboards and MacBook keyboards. If you want a little less magic, Apple also sells an iPad keyboard case called the Smart Keyboard Folio. And finally, there's the plain Smart Keyboard for the entry-level iPad and older iPad Air and iPad Pro models. That means you have a few Apple-branded options for keyboard cases. But which one you should go for? Well, to make it easier for you, we have created this video comparing the Magic Keyboard with Smart Keyboard. Keyboard. Apple's use of the name Magic Keyboard for its premium iPad case is meant to drive home that it's a real keyboard, complete with the scissor switches you'll find in the latest MacBook Pro and MacBook Air laptops. The keys are even backlit, which is an improvement over Apple's Magic Keyboard for the Mac, and they allow for one-with key travel. As for the Smart Keyboard and Smart Keyboard Folio, they have no trackpad or backlighting. The keys themselves are covered in a canvas-like material that essentially makes key travel non-existent. Most of the time, typing with it feels like drumming your fingers on a tabletop. Trackpad. Here's an easy one. The Magic Keyboard has a trackpad and the Smart Folio Keyboard and Smart Keyboard don't. That's a massive advantage in the Magic Keyboard's favor, as you'll have to hook up an external mouse or trackpad to get the same effect as a Smart Keyboard. The trackpad gestures are generally similar to what you would use in a MacBook, but there are some iPad-specific ones as well. Be sure to check out our dedicated how-to for more information. Adjustability. Like the Smart Keyboard Folio before it, the Magic Keyboard holds the iPad Pro in place with a powerful magnet. But here there's an especially good reason for that grip. Thanks to a cantilevered hinge on the Magic Keyboard, you can tilt the iPad up to 130 degrees until you find the perfect viewing angle. Much as you might with a MacBook, the iPad itself floats above the keyboard, so you won't have to look down as far as you would with the Smart Keyboard Folio. The Magic Keyboard is a bit more comfortable than the others to use on a lap, but they are all made primarily for desk use. The Smart Keyboard Folio only allows for 2 viewing angles, and both are pretty steep. Essentially, you just move the iPad into one of 2 grooves above the keyboard, where it's tightly held in place by magnets. The Smart Keyboard only has a single viewing angle and is quite uncomfortable to use on anything but a flat surface. Ports. The Magic Keyboard has a USB-C pass-through port for charging built right into the hinge. You can only use it for charging. But on the bright side, this port frees up the USB-C port on the iPad itself for any thumb drives, wired mice, or other peripherals you want to hook up. You can see the Magic Keyboard's USB-C charging port in this shot. The Smart Keyboard and Smart Keyboard Folio have no ports, at least if you don't count the smart connector that's used to attach the device to the tablet in the first place. Compatibility. Both models of the Smart Keyboard Folio and the Magic Keyboard case work with all models of the iPad Pro made after 2018. If you want to equip your 2018 iPad Pro with the new Magic Keyboard, go for it. Weight. The Magic Keyboard case is noticeably heavier than the Smart Keyboard Folio and adds quite a bit of weight to the iPad. 1.6 pounds versus 0.89 pounds. If you're going to be carrying your iPad Pro around with the keyboard, it's definitely something to consider.